Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you so much for stopping back by. If you can't tell by now, my channel is all about personal finance and my journey through debt, savings, and budgeting. So hopefully I'll sprinkle some more fun stuff in here as we go. But today we're getting into my February budget with me. So let's just dive right in and get this out of the way. So first things first, February is going to be like the most uncertain month I've had in years since budgeting like fairly meticulously. So I will explain later. But right now I've budgeted $444 for my mortgage payment. That is my half of the mortgage because I split it with my wonderful partner. My half of the electricity is budgeted for $105. I think it'll be lower because we just had a more mild winter, but I'm basing it on last year's numbers, so we'll just kind of see. My half of the water is going to be $10.50. My half of that internet bill is $22. And then trash is about $14, and my phone bill is actually not a split bill, and it is $37.89. I have a limited data plan with Straight Talk. So next up, for auto insurance, I have budgeted about $65. I think that's what it's been the last couple months. So yeah, that is that. And then fuel, I have budgeted $100. I didn't need it last month, but then the month before that I did. So like, I don't know about fuel. So we'll just kind of see how it goes in February. I have no idea. But yeah. Next up, we have food. So I budgeted $200 for groceries and $50 for restaurants. That should be good because I ended up spending extra in January to do like a late month trip. I usually do 2 trips, one larger, one smaller each month for groceries. And I ended up doing like 2 large ones in January. So I'm thinking I don't need to go grocery shopping at least the first week of February. So should be good to hit that. And that's like, again, like groceries is like kind of like a half bill. Like we don't really like Travis doesn't like budget his groceries, but he like buys groceries. So like he actually leaves the house for work every day. So like if we need like bread or milk or something, he can stop and get it on the way. And so when I go to the grocery, it's more like stocking up on like the meats and stuff like that and like frozen things and like pasta noodles and pasta sauce and that kind of stuff that like it keeps, or I'll get like a supplement of like fresh food too sometimes. So anyway, yeah, so that's kind of split. That's why it might seem low for like 2 people, but it's not for both of us. It's like kind of like my half. So anyway, entertainment wise, I call it entertainment, but really I guess it's my subscriptions. And I have Spotify for $10. I have Amazon Prime for $6 because we have a discount. I have Paramount Plus for $6. I have Hulu for 99 cents, which is again a discounted one. And then I do have one subscription to a podcast, which is $5. So all of those are good, keeping them. I know that's like the first place everybody's like, you can save money if you don't have subscriptions. And I'm like, man, I'm not giving them up. I love them. Love them. I consume media like all the time. So I would go crazy without them. Next up, for my miscellaneous section, I have a little section here called Humane Society. So if you guys don't know, we did lose our dog recently. He passed away. He was a sweet, sweet boy. And just with that loss, I've just like my heartstrings have been pulled like so much extra by Humane Society posts. And I already followed like every Humane Society in Southern Indiana. So like, it is hard to see all these posts. And so I felt like since I had this opening in my budget where I'm not spending on our dog, it might be nice to try to devote some of that money to local Humane Society. So I'm going to try to do that moving forward. It could be for like some other donation cause. Like if I feel called to donate to something else, I'll use it for something else, but it's basically going to be charity. And right now, like in my heart, I just feel like I want to donate to some Humane Societies. I know it's wintertime especially, so it's tough. It's tough for them. One of them, somewhat nearby, like an hour away, actually took in like 62 dogs from shutting down a puppy mill. So like, they're struggling, they're really trying, and they do such good work. So I'm trying to put some good energy in the world right now. Anyway, for household and toiletries, I've put $75. I usually spend roughly $50 to $75 on that kind of thing, especially because I've decided to include toiletries in household instead of personal. So like my shampoo and stuff, I always used to put it in personal, and it just like, it feels bad. Like my personal money just feels like it should be something that's like really fun and like extra for me. And like, I don't want my shampoo in that section. So that's going in the household section now. And that feels a lot better for me. It makes me like want to budget, I guess. I don't know. You have to make planning your money work for you. And that for me makes sense. So personal spending, I have $100 allotted, and I'm trying really hard not to spend it on anything like I've been dying to buy some clay cutters because you guys know I like to do like clay earrings and just make stuff with clay as like a hobby, but I'm trying so hard to save it because I really want to like redecorate my office. I already replaced my desk, but I really want to get a new bookshelf, some organizational like bins and stuff, and then also get a like pull out little couch, which is super expensive. So I'm trying to save that and not spend it, but we will see. The world out here is so tempting. Consumerism eats me alive. Miscellaneous, I've got $75 as kind of a buffer in my budget here, so that's great. Moving right along over to my savings and sinking funds. I have several, obviously. Over here, the caveat here is that, like I said in the beginning, February is going to be this like up in the air month. We've just decided to get really serious about getting our renovation done. If you guys don't know, we bought our house in 2020, late 2020, and it needed completely gutted, and we did so much work up front for the first like 6 months. And then we just kind of hit this brick wall of like no motivation. You know, we both have full-time jobs. We were both feeling kind of burnt out, not only with our jobs, but with just the whole process of renovation. The money was harder to come by, you know, it was harder to allot it for those things because we had been putting off so much stuff to like pay for all of these renovations. And so in 2021, I kind of put the halt on my like house spending. I really only was putting like $100 a month into it. And I was putting all of my money to paying off my Jeep. So that was part of the money thing. But anyway, now we're trying to get back serious and we're just still like completely tapped for motivation. Like it is hard. And I mean, maybe that's just for us, but you know, we have full-time jobs and we have hobbies and we have our relationship to maintain and family and this, that, and the other thing. And it's just, oh, man, it's hard. But, and we've been helping my mom with renovations because hers just seem more important than ours. So anyway, which they definitely are. She needs her house worked on. But anyway, with that, we have started to consider hiring out for some of the job that we still have. We've got drywall work to do. We've got flooring to do and just a couple other things. So yeah, we may be hiring out, which is why we're saving and sinking funds. This is my like plan. This is what I normally plan for. But if I do need to tap into some money somewhere to finish up our renovations and just get them done already instead of dragging it out for months more, this is the, you know, section that's going to go towards that instead. So anyway, if all goes according to plan, I will put $250 into my Roth IRA. I will put $25 into my after-tax brokerage account. I will put $75 into a sinking fund that covers propane whenever we need to fill up our tank. I will put $275 towards the home reno. I will put $375 into my savings account for vehicles, and this is for like auto maintenance, but it's also bundled up with what I'm like kind of saving for a car. So I kind of planned to get a car sooner than waiting till April, but my office return to work decided to push it back to April. So I'm not really in a rush to get a vehicle. So the money that I had thought I would be putting towards possibly a small loan is wrapped up in the vehicle section. So anyway, it's going towards some kind of auto something. Vacations, I am putting $275 there. Again, like I've said before, I'm in a couple weddings. I want to travel more in 2022 and like fingers crossed that we see some good news with this virus because I really, really do want to travel and like have a good time, but it's been tough. It's been tough. We just had our anniversary in January and ended up not doing anything really like outside our house because we just don't want to like, you can't go out to eat because you don't want to wait forever. You don't want to add stress to the staff that's already like struggling because everybody's sick and we don't want to go get sick or go get anybody sick if we happen to have it or whatever. So I know everybody's sick and tired of it. I know we all are. So fingers crossed things get a little better. We try to stay home as we can. With that, the gifts fund, I'm going to put $25 in there. And then I do have a fund for family. If you missed it in my January budget, that fund is for helping my mom and dad with whatever they need help with. So right now, like I said, they're doing some renovations, so that kind of thing, helping them out with some of that kind of stuff. So $75, it's not a whole lot in the grand scheme, and it just feels really good to be able to budget that in for them. Next up is emergencies. I'm putting $150 into my emergency fund. I'm really, really, really trying to push to get my emergency fund officially over the hump of like, it's 2 whole months of emergency fund, like, because it's been stuck between 1 and 2 months for so long because I only put $50 a month last year because I was so focused on debt payoff. So anyway, this year is balance. Lastly, I moved my student loans payments into savings and sinking funds for now because I'm not making any actual official payments to them because they're in forbearance still. So I'm planning to put $300 into my M1 spend account where it gets like 1% interest or whatever. And we'll just see how things go when they supposedly are going to make us start paying again. So we'll see. We'll see. So that is my savings and sinking fund. So like I said, if anything crazy happens or like a big bill comes our way with renovation work on our house, these are the funds that are just gonna, like, that money will be reallocated first because it's unnecessary to spend. Everything else is like I have to spend the money. And then of course there's like my miscellaneous like buffer 75 and then the donation 25. Like, you know, there's a lot of places I can choose to pull from to potentially pay renovation bills, but we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's really all about like what the labor would end up costing. So we'll kind of, we're gonna play it by ear in February, y'all. We're gonna play it by ear. We're gonna try. Anyway, for income, I actually don't think I have any extra income coming in. Turns out I did not get the $100 referral bonus on Discover yet. I am supposed to get it within 3 months of the person like getting the card or whatever. And so they got it early December. So hopefully I get it in February, but I'm not really gonna bank on it because I like have received zero communication about it. It's kind of annoying. Like, referral bonuses should be more clear, but whatever. Hopefully I get it. If I do, I don't know what I'll use it for, but I'll budget it for something, probably home renovation. So yeah, I'm getting 2 paychecks that I'm banking on. They should be about $15.90 each. And that will bring me to a total in of $31.80, a total out of $31.77, and leftover $2. Good stuff. And then the last thing to look at is my little donut chart here because I'm kind of proud of this. So my housing and utilities are taking up only 20% of my budget this month, and then everything else is kind of low. Auto is about 5%, food's about 7%. But look at that savings section, y'all. All that money going into savings. Now again, all those aren't savings. Some of it is like sinking funds, and that's more like expenses that are just not happening yet. So it's not like being invested or whatever, or put into an emergency fund. But it is still 57% of my post-tax earnings are going into like savings funds, which is pretty crazy. And it would be higher than that if we were looking at adding in my 401k contributions and stuff like that. That's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I'm pretty proud. But anyway, that is all I have for you about my February budget. I'm sorry if I seemed a little rambly. I honestly have not filmed a video in like 3 weeks. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you. And I will catch you in the next one.